I'm Sarah Turner. I'm a freelance medical copywriter, and today I want to talk to you about how to write a landing page. Copywriting 101. So, landing pages are fantastic as a service to offer as a copywriter because one, they are a lot of fun to write, but two, you are actually getting that action that you want. Unlike some other pieces of copy, which like an email sequence or something like that, where it might not happen right away. So landing pages are like where you use all of your direct response copywriting skills. And it's also great because you get actual conversion numbers, which can be fantastic for your portfolio. It will also be good feedback on your actual copy. So I want to talk to you about how you can write an awesome landing page. So landing pages fall kind of in two categories. One, it could be something that captures leads for future marketing purposes, and that is generally called an opt-in, or something where people opt in to your email list. So it would be an example of a landing page. Maybe when you go to a website and all of a sudden that pop-up comes up, it's like, hey, give us your email and we'll give you 10% off. That would be a really simple landing page where the purpose is to just capture your email address. The other one is to get potential customers to actually make a purchase. And that is the kind of landing page I really want to talk about today. So ultimately, landing pages are designed to get the person reading it to take a specific action. And usually that means make a sale, or a purchase. So what are some of the things you need to do when you're writing a landing page? Like before you start writing, what do you want to do to prepare for it? So first, you have to have a clear goal. You need to know what is that one thing your landing page is trying to accomplish. The next thing is you really need a deep understanding of the market you're talking to. So you need to know your audience's pain points, and you need to connect with them on these pain points and explain the benefits, not the features, of your product to position yourself in a way that you are going to help them with some of the problems, concerns, things in their life. So that is the next thing you really got to make sure you take the time to do. The next thing is you got to know the traffic source, or where people are coming from when they get to your landing page. And this matters because if somebody's coming from a Facebook ad, they're gonna have a different mindset from somebody who clicked on a pay-per-click Google ad when they're searching. So if they're coming from Facebook, for example, they might have just seen the ad and it might have caught their eye. They might not have even been considering to make a purchase on this said product before. Whereas if it's someone who is performing a Google search, they're already looking for it. So that's really important to keep in mind when you're writing your landing page. The next thing is your value proposition, which is basically what your brand is promising to your target market. So make sure you're very clear on all of this. The next thing is the anatomy of a landing page. So the landing page has different elements to it, and you can obviously play around, but there are some things that are usually present. The first one is a headline, and keep in mind that's the first thing they're going to see. So it should, one, reinforce their decision that they are in the right place, that they are, this is in alignment rather with the messaging of wherever it is they came from. That's why it's important to know the traffic source, right? So if they are coming from a Facebook ad, whatever the headline is, it needs to be very reminiscent of that Facebook ad. If they're coming from a Google search, you could even touch on that. Maybe not in the headline, but whatever it is, your headline needs to be catchy, and it needs to make them want to continue reading, and it really needs to reaffirm that they're in the right place. And then the sub-headline can actually reinforce exactly the same things that the headline's doing. Also by adding more information to whatever it is your products or services to, again, get that person to continue reading. You also want to make sure you have good visual elements, like a video or images that complements the entire message of your whole landing page. So as a copywriter, I don't design the landing pages for my clients. I work with a designer. And what I do instead is I just write out the copy, and sometimes will give suggestions of where I would like to see images, how I would like to have it broken up, where I would like a new background to begin, for example. So that is super important. Like, definitely make suggestions, but you don't also have to be a designer. And the other thing is a lot of different, like, people use different platforms for hosting their landing pages. So if you were to decide to become a designer, usually and this isn't for everyone, but usually designers work in a particular platform. For example, Unbounce or Lead Pages, they usually have a particular platform they like to work with. And that's another reason as a copywriter, I kind of stay out of that, because people choose all different sorts of platforms, and it is time consuming to become familiar with each. So as a copywriter, you don't need to know that. But if you find that it's something you really enjoy, it's absolutely something you could offer as a service. You also need a lead form or a call to action. Usually a call to action is in the form of a button. A lead form would be, again, that opt-in, the form that they enter their email address in to, move into your email sequences and continue that conversation. But CTAs or call to action buttons are usually like vibrant, they stand out, they pop, and it's really helpful if they're very specific. Like, I like call to action buttons that are unique and say things like, download your free guide now, as opposed to like, click here, So get really specific, or sometimes it's like join us if it's about joining some sort of group, things like that. The other thing is obviously you need the description. So you need to have the benefits listed out. You need to tell them what's in it for them. You need to know their biggest pain points and be addressing them. You need to handle objections. Storytelling should be incorporated throughout. Then, of course, you need testimonials and reviews. So social proof is super important for boosting credibility and trust in a reader on a landing pages. And then you can include click triggers, and they're not always on there, but they're designed, or the point of them rather, is to make your reader more comfortable. And what I mean by that are things like money back guarantee, privacy policy, or a reassurance that they can always unsubscribe at any time. Another part of your landing page should be a frequently asked questions section. Again, an element that's not always included, but is really helpful, especially for answering objections. I really love calling out objections. It helps because the reader thinks, wow, this person gets me. They already know what I'm thinking. They're already thinking it, so let's just address it head on. There's no reason to try and sweep things under the rug. We should just call it out. So frequently asked questions, or FAQ sections of landing pages, are fantastic for that. You can literally make each question address a specific objection and then answer it. And that is just a really good technique, and actually a good format that I really like, especially because it can kind of go towards the end, and it can kind of handle any of those loose ends you want to tie up. So that's how you write a really amazing landing page. Make sure you have all of those elements in place. And remember, this is one of those things that you're just going to need to practice. And every time you practice, you'll get better. And the great thing about landing pages is that you get actual numbers to back up your copy. So I want to share with you a landing page that I actually really like. And we'll kind of go over it together. So this is for a one-on-one coaching program. And it says one-on-one coaching. I love that right at the top. Also, the design is beautiful. It says design your ideal business in life, apply now. There's a CTA right here. And then choose your package, which is great. That shows that she's going to give you multiple options. And then I love that she goes, you're here because you want to have it all. She's touching on kind of the desires of the reader. You want to have high income months and dream vacations and freedom-based lifestyle, but you don't want to sacrifice your whole life to get it anymore. I see you, I wanted more too. So she's kind of establishing a little credibility, as in she has been there before. So I'm here to tell you that you're not crazy. It's not impossible. You're just getting started. So she's actually kind of indicating who this is for. Maybe somebody who's just getting started. But she also just might be implying that they're just getting started, as in they have more potential too. So right now, you know that your business isn't at the level it could be performing at. So again, kind of calling out the people who she's specifically talking to. You want more clients, but you're sick of doing all the things to get people in the door. You want more freedom in your business, more of the lifestyle, but less of my business is my life. You have no clue what strategy to use to grow and scale your business. You're so ready to have six-figure or multiple six-figure business, but you know you need some help to get there. So here she's kind of calling out where this person is in their entrepreneurial journey. You have more, the more impact means more money for you, more change for others, and both of those things completely light you up. So another thing is here, she's kind of really painting a picture of what this person she wants to work with looks like, because they're not just about the money, but they're also about impacting more people. So this is also an area where she's really touching on the person's pain points. She's hoping that if this landing page is in front of just the right person, they're going to read all of these and think, "Oh my gosh, she is explaining me perfectly. She's talking directly to me." So then she's got another little section that kind of breaks it up. You're ready to play an even bigger game, and the right support can get you there so much faster. So here she's offering what she's going to be giving you, which is support. So I love that she has a section that says, "Are we a good fit?" You know in your bones that you're meant to go big. You're bold, fierce, unstoppable towards getting what you want, but sometimes your big dreams scare the shit out of you. Sometimes you try to talk yourself out of it, out of the big money, luxury travel, big impact, so much so that it's affecting your business. So again, she's kind of calling out the kind of person she really is speaking to. I would suspect that she's probably talking to someone who's very similar to her and where she was years ago. So when people write copy like this, it actually tends to work really well because they're really talking to themselves from an earlier point in time. So it's about time you get started playing a bigger game. So let's raise you up. Apply now. Another call to action right here. Also, by saying apply now, she's indicating that she won't accept just anyone, which, kind of creates a sense of scarcity. And then here she goes right into testimonials and to establish credibility and trust. So her one-on-one clients have been able to create 5K, 10K, and 20K months. Also, these numbers right here kind of show the person who she's talking to. I mean, if this is a good fit for them. For example, if this person's already making $40,000 months, they might see this and think, okay, this person's not for me. But if they're, making 5K months or less then they might say, okay, this is a good person for me. Going from 0 clients, so see, she's also open to working with beginners, in a matter of a few weeks, saying it will happen fast. Gotten fully booked in a matter of weeks, sign on higher ticket clients at double their previous rates, quit their 9-to-5s. We're up to almost 80% of them right now, and made 6 figures under 10 and 12 months. So listen to what her clients have to say. So she's got testimonial videos. She's got quite a few. And then she also goes down here to include quick blurbs from the people. So this is establishing credibility and trust. And we have more. So here we go. Ready to be unstoppable. I have 2 different ways that we can work together. There's a VIP intensive and a signature 6-month program. And I'm going to say that I bet she starts with the more expensive one. Are you ready to get in massive alignment with how you're going to build your business dream? Again, she's kind of attracting a certain client with her word choice right here. Getting in massive alignment is going to speak to, maybe more heart-centered entrepreneurs instead of people who are mostly motivated by making more money. Creating is irresistible content and streamline your systems so you can get those ideal clients consistently. It would have been maybe nice to have some emphasis in some of these. Break free from self-doubt, lack of confidence, and fears holding you back from making huge changes in your business. Okay, so here she's going to dive into what you actually get in these things. So, she talks about getting crystal clear on your ideal client, developing a 12-week content strategy. Here's what you're going to get, a VIP assessment so we know exactly what to tackle, what we don't have to waste precious time. So that's just more of the details. And then here's the investment. And so if we scroll down, I think we're going to see that the next one is probably less. Yep, so it went from 12,000 to 10,000, and the reason for doing that is to kind of have the big value up front, because then when you see the lower volume or the easier to entry items after, those seem a little bit more palatable. So that's a really common strategy. One thing I would have loved to see on here, she's got a ton of testimonials and those are powerful. But one thing I would have loved to see on here is a better handling of objections. And she could have done that with a simple Q&A, especially when you're selling something this expensive. I think it's really important to handle objections and to say, because, so many people are going to be like, I don't have $10,000 to give you, and how do you, and you can take the time to really address that concern. So that would actually be one of my main pieces of feedback on this piece. Perhaps my other one would be getting a little bit more specific as to who you're serving. Even having a section, I love to include in my clients' landing pages a section as who is this not for? Because we want to just get those people out of there. We don't want to attract somebody who is not a good fit for our product or service. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this video and leave me some comments so I know what you'd like to see in the future. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so that you see any new videos I release. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.